is GPI. Now, GPI has been around for about a year now. Um, they have done a lot of things that I've seen that actually could be very interesting for the industry. There's it started out with a ranking system, and the gentleman we're going to bring up here is the founder of it. He's done all of the work setting it up. He used to run an online company in France. I've met and been a good friend of his over the years. If you get a chance to talk to Alex Dreyfus at some point, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, even with his broken English. But I love this man. He's a really, really good friend of mine and has done so much for the industry. And what he wants you to take out of this is that he wants you to know the name GPI and know that in the future there's something that you can do with them as well. And he's put together a real good presentation here. Without further ado, Alex Dreyfus.
Thanks, Matt, for the introduction. And yes, I'm French, so it's going to be pretty easy for everybody to understand me, I hope. First of all, I'm of course very proud of being here and especially supporting the TDA, sponsoring the TDA, and for the first year having Matt, Neil, and Jack on the same table is for me kind of a dream because we spoke about that many times during the last few months. I actually bought Global Poker Index last year. For people who remember, there was actually Epic Poker, which was actually Epic Fail, as we used to call it. And I took over GPI, which was the best part of this project. Why did I buy GPI? Because during the last 10 years, as you can see on the little graphic, the live poker tournament industry went from a $60 million business to a $960 million. In 2012, there is $960 million that has been spent in tournament buy-in in the world. It's good, but it's bad because it's the first time in 10 years that it's flat. And actually, if you remove the one drop of last year at the World Series, it's going down. So the poker industry is struggling. Fair enough. We kind of all know that. It's suffering a little bit. And my naive, I will say, duty and role is actually to try to bring new tools, new projects, to innovate, to help poker to grow back. We indeed have created, or actually we bought, but let's say we have created the Global Poker Index, the GPI, which is the official ranking that has been endorsed by most of the players in the world, the famous one and the small one, the recreational player as well. So we actually today rank 40,000 players. So every single player who had a cash-in during the last 36 months everywhere in the world is in the ranking. And we have a database of every single cash-in in every single casino in the world because we do aggregate, so meaning in your casino, we do aggregate all this data from different sources that we buy. And we have a database of 250,000 players. And for example, last year, there was 36,000 new players who cashed in 2012 in the world. Our goal is actually to expose poker players. What is the genesis of GPI? If we want poker to grow back, we need to expose it. Fair enough. How to expose poker? We need to expose players. That's the only way to make it. How to expose poker players? We need to have a ranking. So we need to have an independent ranking that is promoting the players, that is endorsed by the industry, by the casino, by the media, by the community. And we need to promote that. We need to promote poker as a sport. We need to promote poker as a skill game, even though it's gambling, fair enough. But we really need to push the player exposure. And that's the main goal of GPI. It's to promoting players, poker players, in order to bring players to your poker rooms. We do have actually two websites. I cannot disclose it today because we're going to announce that probably next week, but we just acquired another big very well-known website, and our community, GPI plus this unknown website, is actually today reaching 440,000 unique visitors per month and 1.8 million poker players per year. So I want you to understand, and I will show you that a little bit later, but GPI right now is one of the leading audience poker portal that helps you to reach your customers that you have today or the customers that you can have tomorrow. blah, 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 250,000 poker players, 36,000 new profile. And we have, and that's the most important, we have the most larger and accurate database, which means that today, and that's a little bit arrogant, but I'm French, so I'm allowed to do that. We do have the database that most of the time, in terms of result, is most accurate than your own database. Why? Because poker players actually contact GPI and all the other partners that we are working with to adjust this. We did launch a Global Poker Index Mobile last week or 2 weeks ago on iPhone. It's an application that you can download, Global Poker Index, or actually GPI Poker, and it gives you the list, of course, of all the ranking. It gives you the profile of every 250,000 players that we have in the database, and it gives you as well all the tournaments everywhere in the world. You can just click, and if you are in Florida, in Nevada, in France, in Asia, you can just check what are the nearest poker tournaments soon. Spending a lot of money, and you will understand soon why. The company is spending $3 million in the next few years in order to promote all these projects. Our goal is really to become a hub for poker players, for live poker players. We don't care, if I may, about online poker business. We are really here to become a bridge between the online industry and the live poker player, players, your customers. We are actually as well the exclusive partner for the fantasy poker game that we launched a few months ago with the World Poker Tour and the World Series of Poker for the next 3 years. We have a booth, and please, you're welcome to visit us at the Rio. We have a booth till the end of the World Series where we explain everything that we are doing and how we build the relationship with all these poker players. We are trying to become, and again, no arrogance at all, we are trying to become a poker authority. Not a poker authority that will actually replace what exists today, and especially for the rules, and it was a hot topic we had a few months ago. We don't aim to rule any rules, but we are here to try to, let's say, connect all the poker players with the poker industry and try to make them a little bit more involved. And most important, we are trying to promote poker as a sport. That's the only way we believe that in the next 10 years, we're going to be able to go back to the boom that we had a few years ago. Two things that I want to show you, and I will finish this presentation. The ranking of Global Poker Index is actually the top of the iceberg. We deliver actually tools and product for your industry, for you guys. The first one is what we call the industry reports. It's something that we just dropped on your table. We just put 150 for free here. It's the first poker industry report. It took us 6 months of work and analyzing more than thousands of data in order to give you an understanding of what are the trends in this poker industry. Because till now, today, there never have been any industry reports about the live poker industry. So feel free to have a look on the document that we gave you. And from August, there will be a subscription if you want to have access to it, to have quarterly update. And actually, if you want as well, even have a customized information, we can provide you this. So we do deliver industry report. That's one thing. We do another thing that is actually for me most important is because we have a database of 250,000 players, right? Alex Dreyfus, me, I have 3 lines in my own database. I did cash in never in US, but let's say in Europe. When I'm gonna go at the commerce, for example, the first time I'm gonna go at the commerce, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna play a tournament, but you don't know who I am. You know my name, end of the story. Because we have a database, because we are a technology company, we are doing what we call profiling. We're gonna help you to understand your customers, because we have every single result, tournaments of course, of every single poker player in the world. And we use this information for 2 things. First, to help you to understand more your customers, to monetize them better, because if you know that this random French guy that's coming in your property, or this Florida guy that's coming in Nevada or in California is actually a significant player that is playing in more than 10 cities in US, you know that it's a player that you can maybe retain and that you want to keep. So that's the first thing. The second thing is for your regular players. Give me the top 100 players that you have in your poker room, and every single time they cash in outside your poker room, you will be aware. You will be then able to call them, to congrats them, to say, hey, congratulations for the World Series result that you had. And next time you come in my property, I will give you whatever you want. So we try to build tools to help you to understand more your customers and try to make more money out of them. That's the second thing. Then, as I said, we have a leading poker audience. So let's be a little bit, let's try to sell some advertising. If you want to promote and acquire more customers in your own territory, in US or outside US, we are more than happy to discuss about that. And same for the mobile, of course. We can have advertising on the mobile version. And come on. We launch a funny game, and I'm gonna almost be ready after that. We launched the first fantasy poker game in the world, actually. It's on Facebook, it's on Android, and it's on Apple. We have almost 30,000 registrations since we launched it, mainly in US, actually. And this game is actually allowing you as a user, to buy the best poker players in the world. You have $1 million budget, you want to buy them, you play with them, you have your roster, you have your team, and based on their real result, you're gonna get your points. You can have your leagues, you can have your challenge, etc., etc. What is the ultimate goal of that? It's promoting players and your events. So that's what we do. We want to expose players and we want to expose your events. That's how it works. Last thing, GPI Awards that we launch in Europe and that will be probably launched in US or North America in Q1 of next year. We do, again, want to promote poker players. To promote them, we need to show that we reward them, and we need to have the media that are coming. We need to have the poker community. We need to have the mainstream media. We need to have the local newspaper to talk about that. So we need to have awards. So we are running awards that reward the poker players, the poker industry, the best poker tournament, the best poker venue, etc., etc. Yeah, this I'm not going to show you. Last thing, we are aiming to launch next year. And especially in US, it's what we call the GPID. There is a real issue today when you do tournaments, when you do actually cash game as well, but mainly tournaments, it's in every single casino in the world, my name can be spelled differently. Dreyfus with 2S, Dreyfus with 2F. My name is Alex or Alexander or Alexandre. It depends where I register, it depends who enter it. We want to bring into the industry the GPID, which is one unique ID for every single poker player that will be used everywhere in the world. So they will be able to give you their ID. It's actually 3 letters and 3 numbers that is unique, and then we will be able to connect that to their Facebook page, to their ranking, to their mobile client, etc., etc. So that's where we tend to go. To conclude, to have a conclusion on this is we are trying to bring new tools, innovation that will eventually help the poker industry and then the poker players. That's what we do. And if you have any question, feel free to either go on Global Poker Index and send me an email. There is my email address as well on the report. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Alex?
Thanks,
Alex, question? Thank you so much.